We normally like to start off by asking, a simple question like Aceblade. What is the elevator pitch?
Ooh, the elevator pitch for Aceblade. So I would say, imagine you believe you're the best fighter in the world. Okay. But before you get a chance to prove it, your fight manager says that he's been setting up fights for you, and tonight you have to lose, or they're gonna kill you and him. Okay. The only catch is that you're fighting people with superpowers and you have none. All right. So do you decide to win the fight and risk it, or to throw the fight and save your friend? So that's kind of how Ace Blade starts with that.
Cool. Cool. So where did the idea come from?
Um, Actually, a situation kind of like this. Me and my friend were sitting around talking about our love of all comic book characters. A friend of mine, Christoph Hollers, we were working at we are actually working at one of the companies that made Pokemon cards here in America, way
Hmm.
back in 2000 something or another. and we were just talking, and he was telling me how he makes Green Lantern costume jewelry. Like, basically, like, there are people that were looking for like real Green Lantern rings that lit up, and he had a resin press, and he was, doing that kind of stuff,
Right.
for people. And he was like, "Man, I had this idea for a comic book when he was in high school." And we started talking about it. I told him, "Hey man, I've been writing for a while. Let me see if I can do something with it." Came back literally the next day with like 4 stories, and he was like, "Man, this guy's crazy. What is this? What is this?" Well, I didn't know he was serious, but I ended up getting deployed shortly after that, probably a couple of months after that. And while I was in Iraq, I just kept writing, kept creating stories. I stayed in contact with him through Skype at the time, because Skype was popping.
Yep.
Uh, and when I came back, I had basically, I want to say, 40 chapters of Ace Blade stories written,
Wow.
and you know,
Wow.
we went and got it. We did a little self publishing thing, got it edited and everything like that. But then he ended up taking me to my first comic book convention in 2012. I think it was 2012. We went to Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Stan Lee was there. And you know, literally, it kind of blew my mind that there were, not only was Stan Lee there, but there were people there who were just regular people who made comics. It wasn't,
Hmm.
it wasn't all Marvel people. It wasn't all DC. It was just, there were people there who had their own books that I'd never heard of. Artists who were drawing prints and cosplayers and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, so we can just make a comic book? Like, we don't need anybody's permission to do this.
Right.
So, ever since then, I was like, let me learn the process of making comics. The first two Ace Blade comics we did, mostly traditional pencils and inks, and all that stuff, and then learned that it's faster to do it digital. Uh, it's so much faster to go digital, and
Yeah.
when you're indie, it's a little more cost effective too. So since Ace Blade number three, we've been doing mostly. We still do some traditional pencils and stuff like that, but mostly digital. And now we got 6 books of Ace Blade out. We got Ace Blade, Lumberjacks, King Supreme. We got spinoff. We got a podcast. We got all kinds of stuff. So, you know, that's really it.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.